Hey, Thursday, October 31st. Apparently it's a special day. Probably video 1 of 2 because there'll be another one later on for my regular kids, getting them ready for the quiz tomorrow. Let's see, stuff up there. We're wearing orange. Yay. Book report book you have till tomorrow. Quiz tomorrow. Do the homework for that. You should be good to go. We did not win the Charger Challenge, even close. Let's see, poetry homework again. Make sure you're ready for that. If we get through with our rhyme schemey stuff, we're going to come back and give you guys a chance to stand up and do that. We have to make you smart first. So here, I want to make sure you guys understand how rhyme scheme works. There is every chance most of you will know this on some level because you've probably seen, well, hopefully you've seen rhyme scheme before at some point in your life. If not, then yay, I get to teach you this really easy thing. So as we get into it, here's what rhyme scheme is, and yes, I would recommend writing this down probably in your little spot that says notes on there, so that way later on when you come back, you're like, I don't remember rhyme scheme. I'll say, look at your notes, and I go, oh yeah, I have a response, so we can help you out. Rhyme scheme is a code that tells you the rhyme pattern in a poem. A code that tells you the rhyme pattern in a poem. You'll remember this because it's the thing that goes like A, B, B, C, C, or A, B, A, B, A, B, and depending on the rhyme. And so there are a few tricky things I can throw at you, but pretty much once you understand it, you're going to be good to go. We're going to practice a couple together. We're going to start off with the poem Spider, which I think you might have on your handout. If not, that's fine. So with Spider, every... Grant? Good, show me at the end of class. So here with Spider, and yes, because the other poem you probably couldn't find is the one you did not scroll down. Did you scroll down on the homework? Scroll down on the homework. Look, there's the poem you have to read that all the questions are about. Right? Responsibility. So there you go. You're welcome. So Spider, the first line of every poem starts with the same letter. First letter of the alphabet. We're going to try and figure out what lines rhyme with each other. What's the first line of the alphabet?
A.
Good job. So you'd write an A out there to the right-hand side. Rhyme scheme always goes out to the right-hand side because you're rhyming that last word, which here is eyes. Then you go down to your next word, skies. Does skies rhyme with eyes?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So you give it the same letter of the alphabet. Every line that rhymes with eyes or skies gets the letter A. If it doesn't rhyme, you go to the next letter of the alphabet. And the next word up there is house?
Yeah.
House. Blouse. Going up my memory. Does blouse rhyme with eyes and skies?
No.
So you give it the next letter of the alphabet, which is B. And then you come down to house. Does it rhyme?
Yes.
So you give it the same letter. So that first stanza has the rhyme scheme of A, B, B. When you go to new stanza, you do not start over. You continue on with the next letter. So the next one is going to be C, because goes does not rhyme. Toes becomes C, because toes and goes rhyme. And then we get to Bower. Does it rhyme? So what letters it get?
D.
And then we get to Flower. What letters it get?
You're really bad at memory. You're swapping them.
Whatever, you figured it out. Then, without even looking at stanza 3, you should know what our rhyme scheme is going to be for it. What's the rhyme scheme going to be?
Something.
You get to there, E, F, F. Because you have set up a pattern. So this is our pattern for this poem. A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, F, F. You don't even have the next stanza, and you can probably tell me the rhyme scheme is going to be G, G, H, H. That's how a pattern works. Now we can make it somewhat trickier on you. Go to Caterpillar. On this one, I'm going to have you write the rhyme scheme on your paper as we go through. This way you don't come back and yell at me if you don't understand some rhyme schemey thing. Again, what letter do we give the first line?
A.
So honeysuckle gets A. Does caterpillar rhyme?
No.
So what letters it get?
B.
Go U. Spray, does it rhyme?
No.
So what letters it get? So far you have A, B, C. Does away rhyme with anything?
Spread.
So what letters it get?
C.
Nice enough. Now, if you've not written that down, write it down because you're going to have to figure out the next stanzas and we get to see how well it impacts other kids. In theory, you're all big and smart and it's going to be easy. So we're going to find out here in a moment. So write out stanza 2 with what you think it is, and then if you feel you are smartical, then let me know, and then you can do it, and we'll find out how smartical you are. Is that your way of telling me you're smartical?
Yeah.
All right, Kemp, let's see how smart you are. Dandelions. What letter?
D.
Remember, if you disagree, quickly let me know to find. All right. Glasses.
E.
All right. Lane.
F.
All right. And then how do we pronounce the next word?
Again.
So what letter does it get?
F.
Good job, Kemp. You were smartical. So A, B, C, C, D, E, F, F. Stanza 3. Those of you who figure out stanza 3, write it down. Figure out how smart you are. Knowing your alphabet is one of the big first steps. Happy, you've written down stanza 3. All right, Happy. Skelter.
G.
Unregarding.
What? O. H.
Firm.
I.
Worm. All right. Without looking at stanza 4, we can probably guess what it's going to be. Now, by the time we've gotten this far, we've probably figured out pattern. What should stanza 4 be?
JK.
All right.
JK.
So now, look at stanza 4. Do I have a brave person who feels that you can go ahead and master that? All right, Rothschild. Did you write down your letters? Make sure you're responsible. All right. Melancholy.
J.
J. Mausoleum.
K.
Spray.
L.
L. Riley, why'd you cover your ears?
Because in the first stanza, it is spraying away.
Yes.
C.
So what letter should it be?
C.
Should be C, because you have to go all the way back to the first stanza. But this is where I get to try and set you guys up for my trickeries by having you plan that one out ahead of time. But it is not L, it is C. Because you have spray and then away.
You just rhyme spray with spray.
And because in this one, if you repeat the same word, it technically counts as rhyming for this poetry.
So
for
dog.
rhyme scheme, it still counts that
So
way.
dog and dog.
All right. So then stanza 5. Do stanza 5, and let's see how smart you guys are on that one. Is that bravery, Stephanie? I accept your bravery. So what do you say? Resurrection?
L.
Really hoping you were going to say M, because a lot of kids messed up. They left L on the other one. They forgot to change it, but apparently you were smart. Don't you give me that look because you're smart. Flutter?
M.
Care?
N.
Spencer, I know, Spencer twitched. I was excited for a second. And share?
N.
All right, nicely done. Apparently you were smart. And then final stanza. All right, Hebert, you already did this one. All right, you have honeysuckle is?
A.
All right, good job. Caterpillar?
B.
All right. Seat?
O.
And eat?
P. Wait.
I'm guessing a few people might disagree with you.
Yeah.
So what letter should it be?
Let me count.
Does eat rhyme with seat?
Yeah.
So what letter?
Oh.
How very fitting that it's oh. I agree. Nicely done. Yeah, look, it is oh. You were right on. So,
Boo! Spooky Bomb!
I know. It's almost like it was on purpose.
It wasn't.
It actually wasn't. Rhyme scheme. Ahoy. Yes, ahoy.
Doesn't, well, it says helter skelter, and that says flutter flutter.
And it could be, and you could probably make an argument for it, but I'm guessing it's not quite the same. So on those, sometimes like it's not exactly, and it goes iffy back and forth. This one is about, it's not on your handout. This is one of those as tricky as I could make it. So the first line gets what letter?
A.
Does feet rhyme?
No.
Looking?
C.
City?
D.
Haunches?
E.
On?
F.
Yeah, so if you have a poem that doesn't rhyme, you just go through the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F. And if you have a really long poem and you get all the way to Z, your next line becomes AA. And AA does not rhyme with A. And if you have a really long poem, you get to AAA, which does not rhyme with AA or A. And so it all becomes separate ones. And then if you get really good, you can even do a poem with words that you've never heard of before, because you don't need to, because they're made up words. but all you have to do is go off the rhyme sound. So on this one, what letter does it get?
A. B. A. B. A. B. A. B.
Good job, smart kids. See you tomorrow.